Hello everyone! Thank you so much for joining this conversation about rapé, hapé. This is a video that many of you have asked me about to share more information about the plant and the medicine and how to utilize it correctly, how to sit with the plant correctly, how to build a relationship with the plant. That is many questions that I have asked my guides and teachers and the titles and abuelos that we work with. And I'm very excited to be here with you all sharing this information since many of you have already come to our ceremonies, our women's circles, men's circles, ecstatic dances, or any of the ceremonies that we have shared, rapé and the other plant medicines that we work with. So I am going to kind of go over all the information. So if you have come to a ceremony, great, and you want to learn more. If you're new to the subject of the plant medicines of rapé and you want to learn more, this will be a really good video to be able to understand a little bit the medicine and what we are talking about. To begin, rapé is the shamanic snuff that its base component is tobacco, a type of tobacco called Nicotina rustica that is an Amazonian plant called mapacho. This tobacco is different from the tobacco, the end tobacco that is used in the cigarettes here in the United States. So it's way stronger and it has no additives whatsoever. So this plant gets grinded and then get added other plants, whatever the shaman or the practitioner is being called to do, or whatever the intention that it is for the plant. It can look a little bit dark, a little bit lighter, changing colors depending of how much ash or how many different plants are in it. Rapé can help with many things. The calcifying the pineal gland, this gland that allows us to connect to spirit and is connected to our third eye. So it allows us to receive the messages from our higher self, to be able to understand our purpose. Rapé also helps us ground. It helps to clear out energetic blockages from the chakras. It helps our respiratory system since it cleanses out the sinuses. It helps with rhinitis, with any kind of blockage that you have on your nostrils. We keep a lot of mucus behind the eyes, behind the nose that don't get pulled out very often. When we receive rapé, we are able to pull a lot of those toxins, a lot of that mucus that makes stagnation in the body, that then becomes blockages in the meridians that will cause for your chi or life force energy to not be able to move through your system correctly, causing you to have illnesses. So it cleanses the whole system. Once you receive rapé, you might feel like you have to purge, meaning that you can cry, you can spit, you can throw up, you might feel like you have to go to the bathroom, you might feel a little dizzy, you might have hot flashes or a lot of cold going through your body, depending on the type of rapé that it is. So rapé can be applied in two different forms. You can self-apply with a curipe. Curipes can look many different ways, but they usually are kind of like a V. One side goes in the mouth, one side goes in the nostril, and we blow. We utilize the left nostril to release energy. This is our feminine side, the left side. And then we will go to our right side to fill in that space that we have emptied with whatever we feel that is best for us for this moment in time, or whatever the medicine wants to give us. The right side is the masculine side. So that's how it will go when we are doing a self-application ceremony. Or you can have someone else apply the rapé for you, that it will be utilized in this tepi. One side will go in your nostril, the other side will be for the practitioner to blow. It is important to note here that you should be really aware who you are receiving medicine from. We want to make sure that this person is aligned to our vibration and that is also respecting the medicine in a grounded space. They're in a grounded space so they are able to hold that space for us. We don't want to receive rapé from somebody that is ungrounded or doesn't respect the medicine or has a lot of emotional issues at that moment, seems like it's stressed or anxious, because that energy will be passed on to us, since the receiving the rapé from someone else is an energetic exchange. So feel into your heart and take the time to figure out if that person is aligned to your energetic field, so you can receive and both share this sacred space together. There's many different types of rapé. Like I said, it's all about the additional plants that they're going to add. Beautiful sacred plants that will help with different things. We have Titus Rapé. This rapé has been shared in many of our ceremonies, and it has tobacco, yarumo, mint, and good vibes. Taita Petra makes this rapé. It's very strong, it's very masculine, and I love it for any moment where I'm like really feeling a lot of stagnation. If I have worked on clients and I need to ground or cleanse out, if I'm feeling like I have attached energies on me, I will utilize this rapé. And then we have other ones. This other one also has many different mint plants in it. It's made by an all women's tribe in Peru, and it has eucalyptus, peppermint, spearmint, and it's really heart opening. It's a very feminine energy, and it opens your heart. It helps you release a lot through crying, I have seen, and really brings a lot of oxygen into the lungs and into the head, allowing you to breathe really deep and bring a lot of energy into your body. This other one has boa snake skin, which it's going to be very spicy, very helpful if you're having like hardcore sinuses issues, allergies. It will cleanse you out, help you shed off anything that is not longer serving you as well. So if you're going through deep experiences and you know that you have like a chakra that is really blocked, this will be one of those rapés that I would recommend. And then we can go to the ones that we utilize from the tribes of Brazil that are specific to each chakra. If you're interested in this set, let me know and I will send you the link. I've been utilizing them for now about almost 4 years. One of the first sets that I got, and I love them. I have gone up and down the chakras now 3 times through my years working with it. But you really want to take the time to sit with this plant medicine to make sure you are not abusing it and you're not becoming addicted to this plant. So this is the next point. How can you build a relationship with the plant? It's important to note that when you are sitting with rapé, you are also connecting to the spirit of the medicine, the spirit of tobacco, Taita Sairi. So there is an energy, a spirit that is connected to this plant. So we're not to misuse it or disrespect it, because in the spirit, it will feel it. In the Western world, tobacco has been misused and abused and exploited for so many years. And it's important that now that all of these teachings of the indigenous cultures of the Amazon are coming out to the Western world, we try to keep the sacredness of the medicines and their ceremonies and their traditions, so we don't transform it into something mundane, which is really easy for us to do because we weren't taught sacredness and ceremony. So that's very understandable. But as we bring more awareness into the mind, into the heart, then we'll be able to realize that this is the way that we should continue the traditions, so we can share it from a sacred space, and then we're not going to be addicted to the plant. Many of you know that I was a Coke addict for 8 years. Here I am celebrating 4 years completely drug-free, and I am so grateful to plant medicine and proud of myself that I did this really hard work to be able to get out of the hole that I was in. But one of the questions that I asked my teachers is, how can I connect with these plants and how can I utilize these plants correctly where I don't become addicted to them? Because I was coming with an addictive pattern and I didn't want to just exchange one substance into the other. So this is what they share. It's important to not overdo rapé. The recommendation is 3 to 4 times a week maximum. This is to give time and space for the body to process the medicine and to not become addicted to it. The recommendation is to have your ceremonies at night before you go to sleep. Since rapé helps with decalcifying the pineal gland, it will help you connect to the realm of dreams. Your dream state will be more active and you'll be able to understand a little more the messages that are coming through your dreams. It's important for you to take the time and the space so the body doesn't become adjusted and it starts to crave it and feel the addiction to it. So they recommend for us to not add it to our daily practice, because we don't want to do rapé to then do our daily practice, because then we're saying to the body, I won't do all these things unless I ingest the substance, and more we're doing it daily. So taking the time and giving breaks between ceremonies is going to be really important for you to be able to do your daily practice of yoga, meditation, mantra chanting, working out, any of the practices that you do without ingesting another substance will be really helpful, so you can see where the blockages are laying and what's uncomfortable in the body, and then come and sit with the plant so you can release that is no longer serving you. And then you're in the symbiotic and a harmonious relationship with this plant where you're working together through your healing process. And it works. It can help with being addicted to cigarettes. So if you want to get off of cigarettes, you can work with rapé as a medicine and utilize it correctly so you can get off the cigarettes. But you don't want to replace the cigarette with rapé. Many of us have come to this plant medicine ceremonies because we have an addiction problem. So it's easy to fall back into that pattern and now excuse ourselves into like, oh, it's a plant medicine and now it's good for me to do it even if I'm doing it 4 and 5 times a day. No, then we have lost the sacredness of it. Then we have lost the point of what this plant is coming to do for us. It really propelled me forward when I was able to understand these concepts and apply them into my life. And I appreciate the indigenous cultures, their teachings and their effort into getting these plant medicines to us so we can shift and evolve and grow. More and more we're seeing the connection of the eagle and the condor prophecy. And if you don't know about it, please look it up. I'll share a little bit more about it some other time. But it's the connection between the heart and the mind, making a harmonious connection between the Western world and the indigenous cultures so we can come and continue to build this new earth from a place of freedom, not to be attached to any substance, to be able to be okay and to be able to have a connection to the spirit of the plants and nature and be able to listen within ourselves. Rapé is the medicine of silence and meditation and resilience. It's important when we receive rapé, either through self-application or someone else applying it, to take the time to feel, to listen. You don't want to start talking right away or move into your day right away, because then you're not able to listen what the medicine needed to tell you. And then you're just abusing the plant for your benefit, and you just receive a rush from it. Remember that this mapacho is very, very strong. So the feelings that it gives to the body are very obvious, and they're fast. So you will feel grounded fast. More if you have been utilizing the plant for a long time, you can find yourself being called to the plant more often. But it's important to feel into your body. Am I being called, or am I going into an addiction? Do I need this plant, or do I feel the call? And all of these are deep questions. They're not something that we would do in the norm. So continue to bring the sacredness into the space, into our ceremony space, and to share with others from that space will help us get out of the cycle of addiction, and will help us all as a collective heal that relationship that we have with grandfather tobacco, which over here in the United States and in many countries is just being abused and destroyed. The amount of tobacco that they use in the cigarettes here, it's very low. So it's just shocking your system and asking you more. When you go from that experience into utilizing rapé, at the beginning it's going to be kind of shocking, but then you're able to just like bring it into that pattern. And that's pretty dangerous, because now you're not going to be able to really see where the healing is needed and how to release your blockages, because you just shifted from one substance into the other. So I hope this makes sense to all of you. If you have any other comments, any other teachings that you have received about the sacred plant of tobacco and how to utilize it correctly, please leave it in the comments. If you have any other questions, concerns, please share with us. This is an open conversation. If you have been not doing what I have shared, is okay. Judgment-free zone here. I'm just trying to share what I have learned and maybe bring some education and some information and some awareness into how we can do the best that we can to not steal the tradition and the sacredness from these traditions of the Amazon rainforest, but instead keeping all of those traditions and all of those teachings so we can evolve and grow and shift as a collective together. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I appreciate your presence. I appreciate your love, and I love you all so much. Bye-bye.